Hello, welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Today we're going to learn to avoid some important mistakes and learn vocabulary about restaurants. So let's get started. First, this is not correct.
Hello, my name is Kate, and in this lesson we're going to go to the restaurant and we're going to learn how to speak English in a restaurant. Part 1. Before going to the restaurant.
I cannot pronounce the word restaurant. The word is pronounced restaurant. Restaurant, restaurant. And today we're going to learn to avoid mistakes at a restaurant. And this is also not correct.
Now, when you are at the restaurant, the first thing you need to do is to ask the menu.
I cannot say the first thing you need to do is ask the menu. You cannot ask the menu. You ask for the menu. The first thing you need to do is ask for the menu. Pronunciation, ask for, ask for. For is not stressed in a sentence, so you hear for, ask for. The first thing you need to do is ask for the menu. I cannot ask the menu. I have to use for. Pronounced for. Let's practice. What's the first thing you need to do? That's right. The first thing you need to do is ask for the menu. This is also not correct.
Let's learn some words and phrases which you need to use when you're planning to have a meal outside. The first one is a phrasal verb to eat out.
Planning to have a meal outside is not the same as eating at a restaurant. If you say you're planning to have a meal outside, I think you're having a meal on a patio or outside a building, not in a restaurant. So what do you say if you're talking about a restaurant? You say, I'm planning to have a meal at a restaurant, but not outside. Or you can say eat out. Pronunciation, it's not eat out. American pronunciation is eat out. Eat out. The T in eat is a fast D, eat out. And the T in out is a stop T, eat out. You can say, I'm planning to eat out. Or I'm planning to have a meal at a restaurant. But if you say, I'm planning to eat outside, I think you're going to be outside of a building. I think you're going to be on the patio or somewhere outside the building. That's a different idea. So this is also incorrect.
We can also say to dine out. That means to have dinner outside or to have lunch outside.
To dine out does not mean to have lunch or dinner outside. Again, outside means outside of a building. To dine out means to have lunch or dinner at a restaurant. We can't say outside. It's a different idea. So let's practice with eat out. Pronunciation, eat out. I eat out once a week. That means I eat at a restaurant once a week. One time per week, once a week. Let's practice. How often do you eat out? Very good. This is also not correct.
And you should make a reservation or you should book a table. Make a reservation or book a table.
I cannot say you should book a table. Book a table? The word is pronounced book, not book. Don't use the long oo like food. Use the short like look and good. Look, good, book. This is the correct pronunciation. So example, she's looking at a good book. Let's practice. Is she looking at a good book? That's right, she's looking at a good book. This is also not correct.
It's not too cheap, but it's not too expensive as well. The prices are fair.
I cannot say it's not too cheap and it's not too expensive as well. These are negative statements. I cannot use as well. I have to use either. So I can say it's not too cheap and it's not too expensive either. I cannot use as well because these are negative statements. We use either. Talking about a restaurant. Is it too cheap? Is it too expensive? No, it's not too cheap and it's not too expensive either. Let's practice. Tell me about the restaurant. Is it cheap? Is it expensive? That's right. It's not too cheap and it's not too expensive either. This is also not correct.
Also, some restaurants have a drinks menu that includes the list of drinks or beverages.
I cannot say some restaurants have the drinks menu. First, the article the drinks menu. It's not a specific menu. If I say some restaurants, I'm speaking in general. So I use the article one in general, a menu. Some restaurants have a drinks menu. I cannot say this either because I have to use the singular form drink. Because it's an adjective describing what kind of menu it is, I have to use the singular form. I cannot put an S on this word. I cannot say drinks menu. It's drink menu. So I can say some restaurants have a drink menu. Use the article and drink is in the singular form. Some restaurants have a drink menu. Let's practice. Do some restaurants have a drink menu? That's right. Some restaurants have a drink menu. This is also not correct.
When you're having a meal at the restaurant, it may consist of 3 parts.
I cannot say when you're having a meal at the restaurant, it may consist of 3 parts. Because I'm speaking in general, I cannot use the restaurant. I'm not talking about one specific restaurant, so I don't use the. I use a because I'm talking about any restaurant in general. A restaurant. So when you're having a meal at a restaurant, it consists of 3 parts. And we don't say this either.
You can say, "Can I have the bill, please? Could you bring us the bill, please?"
When talking about the bill at a restaurant, we don't refer to it as the bill. We call it the check. You say, "I'm ready for the check." That's what you say when you're ready to pay at a restaurant. You tell the waiter or waitress, you tell the server, "We're ready for the check." Don't say bill. We use the word bill when you're talking about a hotel or utilities, but not at a restaurant. We call it the check. So let's practice. Are you ready for the check? That's right. We're ready for the check. This is also not correct.
If you want to divide the cost between you and your friend, you can ask to split the bill.
I cannot say if you want to divide the cost between you and your friend. The word is not pronounced coast. It's pronounced cost. Use the ah sound like automobile, call, mall, cost. The word is pronounced cost. If I say coast, you'll think of this word. This is coast. The line between the land and the sea. That's the coast. So the price is the cost, and when you go to the ocean, you see the coast. Using the long O sound, like no and go, coast. Let's hear that again.
If you want to divide the cost between you and your friend, you can ask to split the bill.
So don't ask to split the bill, ask to split the check. If you want to divide the cost, you ask to split the check, not split the bill. Let's practice. What do you say if you want to divide the cost of the meal? Do you ask to split the check? That's right. If you want to divide the cost of the meal, ask to split the check. And don't say this either.
Or you're going to make an order.
Make an order? That's a different idea. If you make an order, that means you're a chef creating a meal. Making a meal, you make an order. You, as the customer, place an order. The customer doesn't make an order. The customer places an order. Use the verb place. So imagine, you're going to call your favorite restaurant and you're going to pick up the food. So what do you say? You say, "I'd like to place a pickup order." Again, use the verb place. I'd like to place a pickup order. That's what I say when I call my favorite bagel shop. I say, "Hello, I'd like to place a pickup order." They say, "Okay, what would you like?" Let's practice. Would you like to place a pickup order? That's right. I'd like to place a pickup order. This is also not correct.
In this lesson, we're going to go to the restaurant. Are you ready? Let's go. Hello, my name is Maddy from POC English, and in this lesson, we're going to go to the restaurant.
I cannot say we're going to go to the restaurant. Because it's not a specific restaurant, I don't use the article the. We're talking about one restaurant in general, so we say a. We're going to a restaurant. We're going to a restaurant tonight. Not a specific one, just anyone. Example, they're going to a restaurant tonight. They're going to eat out. Let's practice. Are they going to go to a restaurant tonight? That's right, they're going to go to a restaurant tonight. Are they going to eat out tonight? That's right, they're going to eat out tonight. This is also not correct.
First, let's learn some words and phrases that you may need to learn and use when you are planning to have a meal outside. The first one is a phrasal verb, to eat out. Instead of eat, if you say dine, to dine out, what does it mean? To have lunch or dinner outside. To have dinner outside, to go to a restaurant.
I cannot say we're planning to have a meal outside. If I hear outside, I think on the patio, outside the restaurant, outside a building. That's outside. This is a different idea. So you say, we're planning to have a meal at a restaurant, or we're planning to eat out. Outside is a different idea. And I'm having déjà vu. What about you? What is déjà vu? It's when you have a feeling that you've done something before. So I'm having déjà vu. Pronunciation, déjà. Use the long A like play and say, day, ja, déjà. Use the j sound like in usual. Déjà. Déjà vu. I'm having déjà vu. I feel like I've done this before. Let's practice. Are you having déjà vu too? That's right. I'm having déjà vu too. I feel like I've done this before. And this is also not correct.
Those people are called the staff. Now, if the staff are paying attention to the customers,
I cannot say if the staff are paying attention to the customers. If the staff is a singular noun. It means one single group of people, the employees that work at the restaurant. So the staff is. We cannot say the staff are. So if the staff is paying attention to the customers, this is correct. And they are. They are paying attention to the customers. So I can say the staff is paying attention to the customers. They're doing their job. Let's practice. Is the staff paying attention to the customers? That's right. The staff is paying attention to the customers. This is also not correct.
For example, in the city I live right now, which is Milan in Italy,
I cannot say in the city I live. You can use where and say in the city where I live, or you can say the city I live in, referring to my city. So I can say, in the city where I live, we have a lot of things to do. So again, it's correct to say in the city where I live or the city I live in, but not in the city I live. This is not correct. This is also not correct.
we also have another category, which is Oriental food. Oriental food are Southeast Asian food.
I cannot say Oriental food are Southeast Asian food. Food is singular. I have to use the action is. Oriental food is Asian food. Southeast Asian food? Just Asian food. Oriental food is Asian food. I cannot say are. I cannot say Oriental food are Asian food. I have to use is. Food is singular. Oriental food is Asian food. Let's practice. What is Oriental food? That's right. Oriental food is Asian food. This is also not correct.
I think yes. I'm not sure though.
I cannot say I think yes. I'm not sure though. I think yes? This is not correct. We say I think so. We have to say I think so. I'm not sure though. What is though? Though is like but we put it at the end of the idea. So it's like saying, I think so, but I'm not sure. You can say, I think so, I'm not sure though. But don't say, I think yes. This is not correct. So example, someone asks you a question. They ask you, is it going to rain tomorrow? And you say, I think so, I'm not sure though. Let's practice. Is it going to rain tomorrow? That's right. I think so, I'm not sure though. This is also not correct.
But it's so crowded at the weekend. We should make a reservation right now.
I cannot say it's crowded at the weekend. When I talk about weekend, I have to use a different preposition. I have to say on the weekend. So I can say it's crowded on the weekend. I cannot say it's crowded at the weekend. And it's true. Some restaurants are really crowded on the weekend. Crowded. It's an adjective. It means there are a lot of people. The restaurant is crowded on the weekend. I'm talking about a specific restaurant. The restaurant I go to every weekend is always crowded on the weekend. Let's practice. Is the restaurant always crowded on the weekend? That's right, the restaurant is always crowded on the weekend. This is also not correct.
Now, next to the menu, some restaurants have another menu, which is the drinks menu.
I cannot say drinks menu. In this case, the word drink is an adjective describing what kind of menu it is, so it has to be in a singular form. So we say drink menu. So you can ask, can I see the drink menu? A specific one. Can I see the drink menu? Or you can say, can I see a drink menu? One in general. In this case, either article is fine. Let's practice. Would you like to see the drink menu? Very good. I'm having deja vu again. What about you? Are you having deja vu again? Very good. This is also not correct.
Can I take your order, sir? What would you like for main course?
I cannot say, what would you like for main course? We need an article. We say the. What would you like for the main course? We have to use the article the in this case. The main course. That's the main meal. The big meal. The big part. That's the main course. So I can ask, what would you like for the main course? And I can answer, oh, for the main course, I would like steak. Let's practice. What would you like for the main course? Very good. This is also not correct.
Thank you. And here's your change and your receipt.
The word is not pronounced receipt. We pronounce it receipt. The second syllable is stressed and it makes the long E sound like green beans. Receipt. Not receipt, but receipt. We don't use the short I sound like this is. We use the long E sound like green beans. Again, receipt. And also remember the P is silent. Don't pronounce that P. Don't say receipt. It's receipt. This is a receipt. And I can ask you, would you like your receipt? And you can say, yes, please. Or no, I don't need the receipt. Let's practice. Would you like the receipt? Very good. Thank you for watching. And if you like this video, subscribe to our channel. And if you want to become a member, click the join button. And we'll see you next time.